Hi, Minius here to talk about the Andromeda Galaxy and how it might fit into the Mass Effect universe. I'll be getting into some spoilers for the Mass Effect trilogy, so I'll put up a spoiler warning. There it is. I should also put up a warning that I'll be going full nerd for this video. Full nerd. The first thing to know about the Andromeda Galaxy is that it's ginormous. Now, the Milky Way galaxy is very large. It's got over 200 billion stars and spans a distance of about 120,000 light years. But that's small stuff compared to Andromeda's diameter of over 220,000 light years and up to 1 trillion stars. Now, 1 trillion is a difficult number for the human mind to grasp. I'll try to help. If you were to wait around for 1 trillion seconds, by the time you're done, you'll have been dead for thousands of years. So don't do that. Andromeda may be the closest major galaxy to us, but how close is it really? According to our best estimates, it is 2.5 million light years away from our Milky Way galaxy, which roughly translates to this. Don't try to wait around for that many seconds either. I probably didn't have to explain that.
Indeed.
Yeah. So Andromeda is close, but not that close. It is extremely likely that no matter how advanced our own technology gets, no human will ever reach Andromeda. Unless our species is miraculously still around 4 billion years from now, when the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxies are scheduled to collide. Even with the technology available in the Mass Effect universe, travel between galaxies would be extremely difficult, or even impossible. But we know they get there, so how do they do it? Ships in Mass Effect use element 0, or EZO, to reduce their mass, allowing them to move faster than light. But even at faster than light speed, those ships can't cover humongous distances in a short amount of time, and really only have a range of a couple dozen light years. In order to travel across the very large Milky Way galaxy, ships use the Reaper-built mass relays. But as far as we know, the Reapers never left the vicinity of our galaxy, and there is no relay to Andromeda. So, without a mass relay, even if a ship could stock up on fuel and travel at a speed of 10 light years a day, which is incredibly fast, it would take about 684 years to make that journey, and that's just far too long. Now, mass relay technology was always a bit of an unknown to Mass Effect's galactic community. The Protheans, however, did crack it and were able to build their own miniature relay, which connected the far-off Ilos to the Citadel. They were a bit more advanced, though.
I'm surrounded by primitives.
Right. But if a small mass relay can go that distance, maybe a large or super large relay, like the Citadel, could cover the 2.5 million light years from here to Andromeda. There is one problem, though. Mass relays are supposed to work in tandem, and it's entirely possible that this wouldn't work. Maybe if a relay could be modified to approximate its destination without the need for a second relay, you could theoretically use it to send you wherever you want just by aiming it. However, the results might be inaccurate, and that could be a plot point for Mass Effect Andromeda. You might need to find all the ships that were in your original convoy, establish a successful colony, and gather enough resources to build your own mass relay to connect with the one back in the Milky Way. Another possibility is that some ancient technology by some unknown species is discovered, and that allows quick transportation to Andromeda. According to the Reddit leak, Andromeda had an ancient race called the Remnant, who left a bunch of old tech lying around. If they were super advanced, it is possible that they traveled to the Milky Way and left a way for someone else to make their return trip. There is evidence against this, though. The Reddit leak, which at this point looks pretty damn accurate, says that Mass Effect Andromeda takes place in a group of hundreds of systems called the Helios Cluster. The Helios Cluster may be fictional, but the much more concentrated scope of the game suggests that there isn't existing technology to make huge jumps across the galaxy. If there are no mass relay equivalents in Andromeda, that means that travel will be limited to those Element Zero powered ships I spoke of before. That fits with what we saw in the announced trailer. There isn't a galaxy map, there's a map zoomed in on a dozen stars. And when the guy selects his destination, he appears to be using some kind of basic, faster-than-light tech as opposed to some enormous alien device. One more thing to think of about the Andromeda Galaxy and how it relates to Mass Effect is, how do the races of the Milky Way stand a chance in a fight against the races of Andromeda? Sure, the Milky Way might be older, but its technological progression has been interrupted by those douchey Reapers every 50,000 years. As far as we know, the people of Andromeda have had no such trouble. Imagine if the Prothean civilization went on uninterrupted for 2 million years or so. They were already building beacons that transferred information directly into the brain and had unlocked the mysteries of mass relay technology. After 2 million years or so of technological development, how badly would they beat the armies at the end of Mass Effect 3? So why wouldn't the Andromeda races, with uninterrupted technological growth, completely trounce your forces when you show up? There are a couple of ways around this. If there is no galaxy transit system in Andromeda, it is probable that different regions would have different levels of tech, and some might not be that advanced at all. There are still pockets of humans living on Earth today that use stone tools and have no contact with modern society. Another possibility is that some super destructive event hit the Helios cluster within the last 100,000 years. Clusters of stars may not be the best place for life to thrive for billions of years. The more stars are tightly packed into a space, the more likely that super-large stars are in the vicinity, and super-large stars have a tendency to explode, which isn't good for anything nearby. The most likely reason that the races you encounter in Andromeda aren't super teched out probably will have to do with the story of the new Mass Effect. The Remnant were supposed to be very advanced, and they're dead. Whatever happened to them likely happened to everybody else in the area. Thanks for going full nerd with me. If you guys could do...
What do you want from us? Slaves? Resources?
What? Wow, no. I just wanted people to like the video and maybe tell their friends about the channel, nothing like that. I think I should go.